Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Yoga for the Back Body with Jim. We have been covering rhythm and flow for the last month, and we developed this. Sorry, I'm going to tidy while we're talking here. We developed this long flow, but I wanted to talk a little bit before we get going today about how you can have that flow without having, 4 weeks of learning it. So what you would do there is you would practice some basic yoga poses and get really used to them. So, for example, you practice warrior two, practice warrior one, get used to reverse warrior, extended side angle, a lot of the basic poses. And then it would also help you if you probably took classes from the same teacher, because every yoga teacher has their own cadence. So you would also be able to establish that cadence. You'd start being able to just kind of feel the flow a little bit as you go. Just some thoughts about that. I mean, you're not going to always be able to learn a flow over a month, right? Like a lot of teachers like to change it up every class. Some teachers like me prefer to do a more long, let you learn the sequence kind of teaching. So maybe you try a bunch of different things to see how you like it, and then just learn a bunch of the poses, sun A's, sun B's, some consistent stuff, so you feel like you aren't trying to fumble for the pose when you get to it. So let's try back. Come back to our flow now, since we've been learning it for a month and establishing that rhythm. I want you to come to a comfy seat, sit up tall, core is engaged, right? And we're going to lean back a little bit till you feel those sit bones ground into the earth. Let your shoulders feel like up. Bring your shoulders up to your ears, let them come down and widen across the collarbones. Let your eyes shut down if you're comfortable there. Just tune into the flow of your breath. Not trying to change it yet, just notice. Is it shallow or deep? Did you rush down to your yoga mat because you remembered you wanted to attend the live session? And now we're going to start extending that breath. And first, though, for 3 breaths actually, sorry about that. We're going to take a deep inhale. Feel all the way up into the belly. Audible exhale arriving on our mat. 2 more just like that. Deep inhale. Audible exhale. 1 more deep inhale. Audible exhale. Let your breathing kind of sort of return to its natural rhythm. See how you feel. Then when you're ready, slowly start extending that breath to a 4-count inhale, 4-count exhale, pausing at the top and the bottom. I will lead us through the first few. We're going to do 10 total. I'll guide us through the first couple, 3, 4. So we're going to inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Pausing at the top. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause at the bottom. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause at the top. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause at the bottom. Continue on for 8 more at your pace. Two more. Last one. Let go of control of the breath. Notice how you are feeling in this moment, in this seat. Maybe you take a moment here to compare and contrast to when you sat down on your mat. Maybe you notice a big difference. Maybe you notice no difference. Maybe you notice a little difference. There's lots of things you could be noticing here. So tune into your experience. A couple more breaths right here. We're going to start moving through our flow. In our flow, we're going to do 2 times each section. Okay? So we're going to inhale, arms up. Remember, come back to that 4-count breath. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, twist to the right. Go with the right shoulder, left knee, left hand, right knee. 2 breaths here. Inhale back to center. Palms come to touch overhead. Look at the ceiling. Exhale, cactus. Continue looking at the ceiling. Inhale back up. Exhale, cactus. Shine that heart. Inhale back tall. Exhale, twist to the left. Right hand, left knee, left hand behind you. Look over your left shoulder. 2 breaths once you settle. Inhale back to center. Palms are going to come to touch. Look up at your thumbs. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, tall. Exhale, palms to your knees. Notice where you are and how that little bit of movement affected you. Five breaths here. Last one. Roll over your shins, coming to tabletop. Shift here a little bit. Inhaling to cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, neutral. Take some organic movements here, trying to keep your breath in sync with those movements. Maybe you start off with some barrel rolls. Maybe you give the hips some big circles, maybe inhaling on the way back, exhaling on the way forward. If you choose to do this, make sure at some point you stop and go the opposite way. Just feeling into your body here. When you're ready, we'll meet back into a neutral tabletop. Give a little bit of time here. We're going to inhale, drop your belly, look up at the sky, cow pose. Exhale, push into the mat, arch your spine, tuck your tail, cat. Inhale, cow, slowly, 4 count breaths. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, neutral tabletop. Big toes come to touch. Exhale, push your hips back to your heels as your forehead comes down to the mat. Child's pose. Notice how child's pose feels in your body today. Every day is a little bit different. Try to keep that breath in child's pose, though. Nice meditative quality. Last breath in child's pose. That was 5. On your next inhale, we're going to come forward into low plank. So plank on your knees. Exhale, we're going to push back the child's pose before we get into the planks and lowering. Inhale, forward plank. Exhale, lower your chest all the way down to the mat. Inhaling the cobra. Exhale, forehead to the mat. Take all that breath. Inhale, push up. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, forward. Plank on our knees. Exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower. Forehead to the mat. Inhale, push up on our knees. Exhale, child's pose. We're going to do 2 more of those. Inhale, forward. Exhale, lower all the way. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, forehead to the mat. Inhale, push up. Exhale, child's pose. Last one. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, push up. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, plank. Exhale, take your knees out wide this time. Push all the way back, child's pose, and we'll be here for 5 breaths. Notice how that little bit of more movement got you feeling. That's 4 breaths. Last breath here. So on the inhale, we're going to push our palms into our mat. And on the exhale, we're going to tuck our toes, lifting our hips up and back, coming to downward facing dog. When you get to down dog, feel free here to continue breathing and find some movements. Maybe that's pedaling out your feet, swaying your hips side to side. Wherever you need this morning or today, whatever time it is for you. When you're ready, come back to that stable down dog. Now we're going to inhale forward to plank. Exhale back to down dog. 2 of those. Inhale forward to plank. Exhale down dog. Inhale forward to plank. Exhale lower all the way down. Inhale cobra. Exhale lower. Inhale push up on your knees. Exhale downward facing dog. We're only going to do 2 of these. 2 breaths in down dog. Inhale forward to plank. Exhale lower. Inhale cobra. Exhale forehead to the mat. Inhale push up on your knees. Exhale down dog. Two breaths in down dog. 1. 2. Take an inhale. Exhale, lower to your knees. Big toes come to touch. Push your hips back to your heels. Child's pose. 5 breaths. Four. 5. Inhale forward onto your belly. We're going to come to Sphinx pose here for a minute before we go to our backside. So just come to Sphinx. Let your lower back and hips ground into the earth. Take your attention to your lower back. We're going to be here for 5 breaths. Maybe you notice when we put it all together, that flow doesn't last so long. Fourth breath here. Fifth breath. Take an inhale here in Sphinx. Exhale, lower your forehead to the backs of your palms. When you're ready, we're going to take the right hand out to a T beside you. Bring the right temple to the ground, left hand in front of your face. And on the inhale, we're going to roll up onto that right side. I've heard this called a bunch of things. I think the one that stuck in my head the most is stick in the mud. Let your right temple come back to the ground when you're up there. If you want a little bit extra, feel free to do something with that top leg. Place it behind your knee, wherever. We'll be here for 5 breaths. That's 2. 3. 4. 5. Take an inhale here, and we're going to switch it out all in one movement. Take an inhale, and on the exhale, roll back to your belly. Left arm comes out, right arm comes into your face, and then inhale, roll up onto the left side. Two breaths, 3 more to go. One more. Take an inhale here. On the exhale, we're going to roll back on our belly. Inhale. The left arm up overhead. Use that right hand to push you over as we roll all the way over to our back. Recenter yourself on your mat. Let your breathing come back to natural after we did that little bit of movement or back to our 4-count breath. Bring your heels in, or the soles of your feet in, knees pointed up at the sky. I'm going to do a couple bridge poses. We're going to keep that 4-count breath. So I want you to take your hands out by your side here. Reach down and see if you can scrape the back of your heels maybe to know their hip width distance apart. So we're going to inhale, we'll lift our hips up. Exhale, lower our hips. So we're going to inhale for a count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause at the top. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now take your heels out wide. Notice how that felt in your body when we slow that movement down. We just don't go to the pose. We take our time flowing to the pose. Take your feet out wide. Let your knees knock together. Maybe you give yourself a windshield wiper here. Notice how your body feels versus when you came in the class. Maybe we stirred some things up. Maybe your mind feels more placid. when you're ready, let's take those heels long. Though I bet you thought you were going to get away with not doing any core work today. Yeah, like I'm going to let that happen. So ready? We're going to inhale, lift our heels up. Hold here for the exhale. Inhale, knees in. Exhale, knees right. Inhale, knees up. Exhale, knees left. Inhale, knees up. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, lower. Exhale, long. Inhale in. Exhale, right. Inhale up. Exhale, left. Inhale up. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, lower. Exhale, long. Last one. Inhale in. Exhale, right. Inhale up. Exhale, left. Inhale up. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, lower. Exhale, long. Hold for one breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Relax into your mat. Find your final resting pose here. Relaxing from the tip of your toes to the crown of your head. Gradually releasing control of the breath. Letting it come back to your natural rhythm here. Slowly bring some movement back into your fingers, toes, maybe rubbing your thumb across the pads on your fingers. Reach overhead, taking a big stretch. Rolling over whatever side is calling to you. Inhale, push yourself up to a seat. We're going to meet with our palms together at heart center, head slightly bowed. Thanks so much for joining me on this journey this month through rhythm and flow. Next week, we'll start something new. I bow to you. Thumbs that spot between your eyebrows as you bow forward. Thank you so much, and I will see you next time.